What sounds offensive but actually isn't. I still cannot believe there is a burger restaurant called Fuddruckers. Chigga. Sounds like two racial slurs, but it's just a bug. The name Dick. Nobody cares about you. When you're in your teens, you stress about so many little things. A small zit, less than perfect hair, an embarrassing moment, whatever. Then you get into adulthood and start worrying that people will judge you for going to the movies alone, wearing pajama pants to the grocery store, napping in the library. But man, nobody does. Do you scrutinize other people that closely? Nah, nobody cares about you. There's so much freedom in realizing it. Rapeseed oil. Mediocre or average. Sometimes things are not bad or good, they are just in the middle. Black has sometimes been a touchy word, most notably from a political standpoint, but using African American as a stand-in for black doesn't always work. A dark-skinned Hispanic person, for example, may identify as black, race, and ethnically Hispanic without considering themselves African. There are also white people in Africa, South Africa comes to mind, as well as Moroccans, Egyptians, and other countries that are sometimes pushed into Middle Eastern due to religious beliefs. I'm wet. From a glider pilot, almost exclusively older white men. It means they're flying with ballast, but almost all of them choose to say I'm wet, rather than I have water or ballast. I snicker every damn time. Conversely, if they are not flying with water, they'll say they are dry. With that in mind, this is my favorite call I've heard someone make. Papa Charlie, I'm dry and ready. Noticing other people's race. I find it personally okay for you notice I'm not white and pointing it out. However, if you do this in a condescending way, that is when it turns racist. The word niggardly. It means not generous or stingy. You're wrong. The amount of people who get upset if you tell them they're wrong about something is ridiculous. People act like you have offended them somehow, but you didn't make the facts. Obviously, I realize there are polite ways to point out to someone they're wrong and rude ways to do so. People act like you're rude just for contradicting them though. Virgin. Ain't nothing wrong with saving yourself or simply choosing not to have sex. Saying that someone is ignorant. It just means they don't understand the subject. There's nothing wrong with not understanding something. The problem arises when ignorant people think they are experts. See Dunning-Kruger. Jew. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. My cousin called my partner and his family boat people. I was mortified until I learned that Vietnamese refugees in the 70s and 80s were actually called boat people. Muslim. Surprisingly, a lot of non-Muslims think we get offended if they point out / notice that we are Muslim. The way I dress gives it away. I'm not hiding it. Sight for sore eyes. Perhaps it's anecdotal, as my only point of reference for it being used incorrectly is my family. My family always used it as an insult. Later on when I thought about it, it's actually a compliment. Sore eyes would benefit from something nice to look at. Mental illness. When someone talk about mental illness, people always think about psychopath or something like that. Like, no, mental illness isn't a offensive word. No problem. As a response to thank you, I still don't understand why people take offense to that. I have a friend who lives in a part of Canada where French speakers are common. There's a swear in French, sacrament, which is one of those religion-based swears, like to burn but not quite as strong. She likes to shout sacrament when she's frustrated, which is handbag or purse in French. Gets her a lot of raised eyebrows, which of course is her aim. What's your salary? You should know your coworkers' salaries. Facts. Men are generally stronger than women. People call me racist for saying the word black, or when everyone's scared to say someone's black or white. Spigot always sounds like a slur to me, especially if you say it like you're angry. There's a town in Wales called Crieff. Always thought it seemed like shout to be a rude word but isn't. Same with Clitheroe, Cockermouth and Fingering-Ho. You granking Smingledorf, I hope you brondle your frep until you leech. Anything can sound offensive, even if it's complete and utter nonsense. That outfit / dress doesn't look good. This isn't an insult. You can always change the outfit, and it's better to know if it's not your style before you buy it. A lot of people get offended by the word ignorant. Apparently they are ignorant to the definition. Saying no or refusing something without giving excuse, like, no, I don't want to have visit today, so even if you ring my doorbell and you saw my car, I will not open the door. No, I don't want to go to a party tonight. No, I have nothing going on. I just don't want. No, I don't want ice cream. No, I will not kiss that man on the cheeks. Time to say bonjour. He either shake my hand or nothing. I don't care. That doing la bise is a normal girl thing. Why do we even try to justify ourselves? A no should be enough. Black Lives Matter. When first hearing it, it sounds like it means black lives are more important than all others. However, putting it into context in the US, it means black lives should matter just as much as the lives of those not being killed by police brutality as the same proportional rate. The focus needs to be on the group of people being singled out and killed, not on those who don't need to worry about police brutality based on their race/ethnicity. The word ignorant. There should be nothing wrong or offensive with pointing out to somebody that they are ignorant on a particular topic. We are all ignorant on most subjects, some on more subjects than others. Sacapuntus, Spanish for pencil sharpener. Learned it 13 years ago in HS, still can't forget, haha. The lawn bowling club down the street has a widespread policy for Sundays, tournaments, and special occasions. It's their traditional club uniform color. I'm not even English, but I'm surprised I haven't found a spotted dick in the whole thread. Oxymoron. I thought it was the supreme insult for years before I actually looked it up. Eurodiploid just means you have paired chromosomes. All humans without extra or missing chromosomes are diploids. The Russian way to say black person, pronounced nigger. The word is completely neutral and is never meant to be offensive. It's funny that in the United States it is okay to say the color black, while in Russia it may be perceived as rude. The peculiarities of language and culture, what can I say? It's important to note that you still won't hear this word from Putin or other officials because, well, this word causes some confusion and other people from other countries may misunderstand. Khrushchev's UN speech. Representatives of the African people, as they were called black. I do not know if it sounds insulting for Negroes or not. I don't care. Situation. Hey, what do you think I should wear? I don't really care. You can wear whatever you want. I know a lot of people would take offense to this, even if I don't use it in a rude tone. It's not rude. Back when I was a little ankle bitter, I sometimes helped my great uncle on his farm. Nothing much, just moving the smaller stuff and taking care of the just work so he could focus on bigger stuff. Sometimes I'd get hurt doing this job. Normally it was because I was doing something wrong, and being a little kid I would sometimes start to tear up, and my uncle would say, if you're gonna cry, wait until you finished your job. I know this sounds awful and a bad mentality, telling a little boy not to get, but there was a reason. Being hurt often made me upset and angry, which then pumps you with some adrenaline. He basically wanted my anger and sadness to push me a little. And after I was done I rarely wanted to cry anymore, because I had blown off the steam in not only a healthy way, but in a useful way, and the few times I still needed to he wouldn't stop me, because it was just leftover steam that I needed out. Crackerjack. It sounds like a slight as opposed to a compliment. Bob is a real Crackerjack employee, means Bob is a real top-notch employee. Bastard and bitch. Bastard, someone whose parents weren't married. Bitch, a female dog/my girlfriend. Every single word on my language, like crankenwagen, that just means ambulance. I always feel awkward when trying to describe a character who is of another race to people, because I can never tell what the right word to use is. I could just say black, but I always feel awkward saying it. Bunghole. It's the hole in a wooden barrel. Think wine that is used to fill or empty the barrel. It's stoppered with a bung, which is simply a plug of some sort. Used to be wood, but now they are mostly silicon. He/she needs help. That's not always a negative thing. When I was in high school, I had really bad depression to the point of cutting myself. Some teachers and friends were taking notice, and I was hospitalized after finally coming forward for fear it would escalate to suicide. I was in the psychiatric wing for a week and was observed what effects the antidepressants had on me. After that week, I was so much better. Sometimes noting someone needs help is a sign people do care. If you liked this video, smash the like button and subscribe for daily dose of Reddit. Have fun and get reddited.